Leroy Nesbitt, pastor of Emmanuel United Pentecostal Church, downtown Camden, New Jersey. Every job I had prior to pastoring, it was a people's business. The postal service, the toll booth. I was dealing with people all the time. I've seen thousands of people, even with the airlines. I've seen thousands of people. I was dealing with different personalities, and so I think all that was training me for this. Um, and so I kind of knew that, and then with the assistance of my grandfather, his guidance, I kind of knew that this is what I was born to do. This is what I was bred to do.
Do you think your grandfather prepared you?
He did. He did. Those Sundays when he would ask little questions, or he would have me doing different things in ministry, and not knowing that he was actually grooming me and getting me ready for take over his to be his successor and to take over the ministry.
Do you have any regrets? If you could change anything and go back, would you?
When it comes to me pastoring, no. I wish he was here a little longer. My grandfather lived a little longer so I can pull some more of his wisdom and he can keep me grounded and say, Grandpa, this is crazy. Somebody can go to and just relieve all of my pain and stress and frustration. But that's the only regret I would have, is wish he was stuck around a little longer so he can, kind of keep me level and say, get out there and do it again. You'll be all right. I took over because my grandfather's health was failing, and so I felt like it was time for me to step up. Being as though he was the one he wanted, being as though I was the one he wanted to take over his ministry, and so I consented because I wanted to make him proud. When it comes to my finances, it actually helped my finances. I do have a part-time job that I'm working now, which gives me the flexibility to be able to work here at the ministry. He pastored 40 some years before I came on the scene, and he was able to, with hard work and dedication, pay off a 30-year mortgage in 8 years. He was able to acquire some property in the city. So yes, when I became senior pastor, I didn't have any debt at all. Church is a business because we have a staff that we have to pay. We have a budget that we have to meet. We have tax codes we have to abide by, so it's definitely a business. One of the main streams of income is the contributions of the members, their tithes, their offering. We also have 2 residential properties in the city, which I mentioned earlier, but my grandfather purchasing property in the city that is an extra income. We also have people who donate and who are sponsors to the ministry. Kind of can't have one without the other, because ministry is a substratum. That is the most important thing. It's all about ministry. It's all about meeting the needs of the people. But at the same time, business is what undergirds it. And so if your business is failing, if you don't have, your ducks in a row when it comes to the business aspect, your ministry will ultimately fail. Camden is known as one of the most impoverished city, and so I'm doing all I can to change that statistic, especially in this area of ministry here. I'm doing all I can to educate the people financially on how to be a better steward over your resources, and so I've connected with different banks such as TD Bank and PNC, They've come several times and had different empowerment sessions, and they've educated the people on savings accounts and business loans. And so yes, we've partnered up with the banks. They were able to help us in tremendous ways. I think it's all about networking. To make sure you are tapped into those resources, so you can bring them to your home church or your local church, and you're able to, have the people take advantage of that. You want to make sure you're smart in all of your networking and your business decisions. But it's all about networking. Find out what's out there. How can we benefit off of the resources that are out there? We have a Feast of Love ministry that we have once a month. We're able to feed, clothe the homeless population. Also, there's a Ronald McDonald House that we're able to give to the children that are less fortunate. Also, the Boys and Girls Club and different things of that nature. We make sure we're contributing every year to them. We have different tools they can use, resources they can use to help them become more educated in the area of their finances, so they won't have to keep going down the same path of never having. And so we do our best to try to educate them. We also have a fund set aside because we know people fall on hard times. So we have a fund that's set aside to help our members during their time of need. And we also have the brothers and sisters here. They're brothers and sisters in Christ that are willing to help them. They step in when times get hard. Hey, let's get together and let's bring dinner to her home that evening. Or let's get together. Let's help however we can. In that time of need. I love people, and so I always wanted to figure out how people think and why they have the personalities they do and why people do certain things. And so I wanted to figure out people out, pick their brains to see why they do certain things.
Do you think that psychology degree helps you be a pastor?
It's a people's business, so yes, it helps me be able to say, okay, she's all right, she's not acting crazy, she's okay, this is how she is, so and so yes, it has. And still minoring in theology. I went to school in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at Oral Roberts University. Went there 1 year, and then I relocated back to Camden when my grandfather's health started failing, and I helped him more out in the ministry. And then I've been at local colleges ever since, community colleges, further in my career. To empower the members, and to educate them. And once they begin to really change and transform, their lives will be a testimony of what coming to church does, of what being a Christian is. And so I believe that will attract other people in their circle, people that they influence, and they'll be able to build the congregation. Word of mouth, advertisement, evangelizing, all that will be able to build the church. I'm seeing tremendous growth spiritually. I'm learning that church growth is not just about the numbers, it's about the quality as well. Not just quantity, but quality. And so I'm seeing the quality of people, how people who've been in church for years are now, starting to come out of their shell and starting around to get this thing called, church, and get this thing called, okay, a Christian, what it is, what it really entails. And so I'm excited about, where the ministry is going and growing.